In society today, we are being attacked constantly with inauthentic conversations. Fakeness, trying to look cool, trying to be somebody we're not. That is why the Damn Dude podcast is here to have the authentic conversations that need to be had in a way that will make you think and say, Damn Dude.
What up, everybody? What is good? Welcome to the Damn Dude podcast.
Damn Dude.
Damn, dude.
This is season 3, episode 60, aka episode 272 in grand total. And I just want to say thank you guys for making this a top 10% podcast of all podcasts in the world. That's out of over, I believe it's 3 million podcasts in existence. So thank you guys. We appreciate that. This show exists to help educate, entertain, and make an impact on the different contexts and perspectives that we have in life. Because I truly believe that the more access we have to different contexts and perspectives, the easier, smoother, cooler, and just flat out doper life is. Yeah, dig? So welcome to the show, you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm your host, California Cal, and I'm nobody special. I'm just a vehicle to help transcend and deliver messages from God, messages from life, messages from that just need to be shared, right? And a lot of people are scared to share these things or talk about a lot of the subjects we talk about here, or they just haven't taken the time to dive into what some of these things mean or analyze things as deeply as we go on the show. And that's why authenticity is the name of the game. Like, it doesn't matter what period of history you listen to these shows in, you're going to find something applicable at all times, whether you're listening to this in 100 years after this was recorded or fucking 10 years or 300 years after. Like, there will be the common theme of authenticity via humanity, the means of humanity, right? So it's like we deliver the authenticity through the vehicle that and the existence of humanity. And all of us that exist are a part of humanity. And that's part of what the show is like to understand, like, dude, we're all connected in this way. We are all these beautiful souls having the human experience. Some of us are having a gnarlier, crazier human experience than others and so on. But that's the thing, is it doesn't really matter, because being a human is being a human. And there's fundamental things about being a human that are going to connect us and have us relate to each other and relate to this whole world. And that dictates how we see things and how we view things and how we respond to things. So, like I'm saying, it's like the more access to different perspectives and contexts, it's like, oh, you don't have to believe anything, but everything in here is about, like, yo, just try this on. Try it on. What's wrong with trying on an idea? What's wrong with trying on a belief system, right? It's like, because if you try it on and it fits and it looks good and it feels good and your life is now better, why would you not want that? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, a lot of times, like, people have no problem going to the store, putting on a shirt, a new pair of shoes, a new style, whatever, getting a new sort of haircut, whatever, things like that. And they try it on, like, oh, this is cool, actually, this is nice. And it's like, it felt risky at first to do whatever that might be. But once you tried it on and it fits, you're like, oh, this is dope. This feels good. I like this. And we could do that with ideas and context and perspectives, right? It's like, try it on, see if that shit fits. If it fits, your life is now just better and upgraded because you understand that, yo, this shit fits, right? So first off, I want to say my grandma had a really beautiful ceremony for her funeral, and it was just really impactful to see how many family members showed up, how many people just care, how many people are in existence because my grandma and my grandpa. And they got buried next to each other. And for those of you guys who've been listening, you remember my grandpa passed away last year. And, well, a little over a year ago. And my grandma fucking held tough. Went beyond the year mark that most widows don't make it to. She held on. And like I said, it's like she let go on the dates that she, like, remember I went over the numerology of it? So it's like, for my grandma to go on 10/23/2023 at 1:11 p.m., like, yo, my grandma was a G, dude. She was tapped in. She knew what she was doing. And as far as what I notice a lot of the big dogs in the game of life have in common is that let me say this first. My grandparents were big dogs in this game. They were heavy hitters in this game of life and community and the financial world, the physical world, all of that. But what is it that really allowed them to be such big hitters in this game? Well, aside from talking to and observing my grandparents and other people who we would consider to be big dogs in this game, there's something that almost all of them have in common. Well, at least the ones that I respect and look up to, the people who inspire me, the people who I really, really respect, and the people who I'm really, really loyal to, and the people who I really am like, yo, you're doing the right thing in a good way. This is dope. And what it is, it's this combination of them living in this formula to some capacity. Now, they might switch it up or put different words, whatever, but this is my collection of data from these sorts of people. And if you look at it, look at the last two interviews. If you guys haven't listened to the last two interviews of this show, go back and listen to that shit now. With my boy Yamamoto Boss, that shit was ridiculous. With my boy Ali, that shit was ridiculous. There's just so much gold inside of what they're sharing, and I consider them to be big dogs in this game of life. They're not average. They're not your normal, typical person. These dudes are on some way deeper, bigger shit that is fucking dope, and I relate to that, and that's the direction I want to go, and I'm going. So what I realize, whether they all say it like this or not, what I observe of all the big dogs that I respect and look up to, it's some version of this, which is God, family, education equals your purpose.
Damn, dude.
And it's like, once you've got God intact, your spirituality intact, however that resonates with you, however your belief system works, all of that, God, spirit, spirituality, family, being loyal to your family, your people. You know what I mean? I have a lot of people who I consider family who's not blood related, but that's my family. And my loyalty exists to them. And their loyalty exists for me, right? And that's what makes it work. And that's a big thing that me and Yamamoto were talking about was loyalty. It's like, dude, when you have loyalty, you're able to tap into different... no, let me say it like this. More so you can hold a good space for people, and it automatically puts you in a position of leadership when you understand loyalty. So I want to say it was off air that Jason and I, Yamamoto, had this conversation, was like, yo, what does loyalty mean to you? And we ended up going deep. I wish we would have had it on the show, actually, because it was just a dope conversation, but it was, I guess it was for us personally. And it was that, like, he's like, what's loyalty mean to you? And I was like, man, and I'm paraphrasing, I'm creating this again as I'm answering this newly at this moment. But what it is something along the lines of me recognizing the God, the spirit, the existence and the creation of this being, of this soul, the soul inside of a person's body. Me recognizing and acknowledging that and having love for that, no matter how it shows up, what it looks like, how much chaos or terror they produce. Right? So it's like, That's why I got love all tattooed on my face, is because I have love for all beings. That's my loyalty to God. That's my loyalty to the people, to the community. It's like, it doesn't matter how much of a piece of shit you are. That doesn't mean you don't deserve love. And usually people are just pieces of shit because they have a lack of love.
Damn, dude.
Right? So it's like, had this person been given love, they wouldn't be out off-putting all this nasty shit, right? All the negativity, all the grossness, whatever. And at the same time, the shit needs to exist. It's just part of life. Light, dark, good, bad, right, wrong, all of that, right? Now, like I said, I don't necessarily believe in right or wrong. I do in some contexts, but as a general philosophy of assessing other human beings, I most typically don't look at any of that from a standpoint of right or wrong or good or bad. I'm like, there just is. There's what is and what isn't. There's what happened and what didn't happen. And then from there, once that's established, we can create what's going to happen to a certain extent, right? So when I look at it, it's like, well, what really creates loyalty within a person as a man, as a woman, as a sovereign individual? What creates that loyalty for yourself and in turn allows you to create loyalty for your people? Well, when we put spirit, when we put God plus family plus education and we get our purpose, boom, that's like a recipe for our purpose, for our loyalty to ourselves. Because how many people quit on themselves and just never accomplish whatever because they got scared? They're being afraid of being judged by this person, that person, society, the internet, whatever, all this shit that doesn't even need to matter, but a lot of times people make it matter. So, sorry, I just got a message real quick. My boy Ali just hit me up. So I look at loyalty and I look at purpose and the combination of God plus family plus education. And I realized for me, for many years, I would go from one to the other. And I was able to create my purpose with this formula, my spirituality, my family, and what I'm educated on. And I was living my purpose, which was to help children and to create a safer world for all of our people and for families and providing peace of mind to families. So as I did that, like, I'm responsible for making sure that thousands of kids have life-saving skills and their family has peace of mind around it. Around them playing in the water, swimming, surfing, all that stuff. And I'm responsible for thousands of kids' lives being saved based off of what I taught them. And that feels good. And that serves. I had so many people tell me, especially when I wasn't in touch with my spirituality, dude, you are doing God's work, man. Like, thank you. And that was a pretty regular comment for me to receive. And I'm like, what? Like, okay, thank you. I received that. I appreciate it. And I was struggling to take in the depth of what that really meant. So at a certain point, I tapped into that. I tapped into my family aspect. I was and am very educated on my subject matter that I've dedicated all the last 15 years to, with helping these kids and these families and my teachings. So just based off of that gives me some level of platform to stand on and to speak from when I put in the 15 years. You can go back and see it. There's kids that are alive today and thriving based off of what I've done. So it's like, well, how do we all have an opportunity to contribute to the world in that way? Well, when we tap into our own God, our own spirituality, when we tap into, well, not our own God, but God and our own spirituality, our spirit, our soul, the level that we vibrate at. Here's a little side note. David Meltzer says something along the lines of this, which is, we can only recognize that which vibrates equal to or less than our own vibration and frequency.
Damn, dude.
And that's the realest shit. It's like, that's why people hate on people who are smarter than them, more talented than them, whatever, because that person, their vibe is too high. Their vibration's too big and too high. So the person of the lower vibe and vibration doesn't get it. But the person who's vibing higher understands the person vibing lower and doesn't judge it. And it's like, yo, it's okay. You can come up this way, you know? So something that I'm looking at is like, all right, well, the one part where I've been missing a lot of my, there's like people outside talking, have me tripping for a sec. One thing that I've been pointed to with observing the big dogs in my arena lately is that they told me to go to college and it'll help me laser focus in on exactly what it is I want and need to do. Now, I have a lot of different things. If you look at all my books and my charts and my charts, I don't have charts. If you look at my notebooks and journals and like my notes page in my phone, there's so many creative things and outlet. And if people were to, if I were to just create them and put them out there, like I have multiple kids books written. I've got different business ideas and plans and all these different elements, which you could really make money and turn a profit on. It would just require the work to do so. But also because of that, it spreads me thin. So I'm like, okay, I need to laser focus in on what exactly it is, one thing at a time, use the power of the guidance of the directions, which, like I said, in native teachings and in early civilization, as well as this relates to like even Christianity teachings and the way that they use directions and stuff, and that they point to the, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, all of that stuff. It all has to do with East first. Well, not all of it, but a lot of it is related to the philosophy and understanding of East for thinking, South for structure and planning, West for creation, light, and North for hope and faith. And when you tap into each one of those, you pray and meditate to each one, there's power in it, and it helps you build those things. And I could feel that, and that's a version of me structuring parts of my life, right? So I look at this, I'm like, okay. And it's interesting that in the last 2 interviews with Yamamoto and Ali, they're telling me, dude, in 2 years from now, this shit's going to be huge. Like, your podcast's going to be big. You're going to be in you're going to be in your own studio. You're going to have the lights, the fucking sound barriers, the this, the that. You're going to have somebody to be able to say, hey, call such and such for me, schedule or whatever. Hey, can you adjust this light, adjust that mic? And I get to sit there and I get to be the big dog in my arena. And for whatever reason, they both told me, and I've had other people tell me this, in 2 years, your life is going to be completely different. And I don't know exactly why these people are telling me this. And I accept. Let's go. 2 years, I want my life to be completely different than it is now, in a much bigger, beautiful way. Everything more laser focused, everything more integral. No loose ends anywhere. Everything's tightened the fuck up. My structure, my foundation is motherfucking solid, and we're blasting off from that point. So, one thing that's so helpful is having people who can see your vision and what you're doing bigger than you're able to see it yourself.
Damn, dude.
And those are like the only type of people I want surrounded with myself, where it's like, dude, like, they're like, yo, this is cool, man. I respect this. This is dope. This is a cool setup, but check it out. It's going to be bigger and better than this. And I'm like, whoa, like, fuck. I'm thinking back to when I was like recording this podcast on my phone, being homeless in a fucking casino, in a casino lobby, recording, trying to talk quietly to my phone and not disrupt other people and not feel embarrassed about what I'm saying and this and that and judge and all that shit. It's like, man, fuck it. I'm going to do this. So to think of that, to think of when I was at my apartment, to think of where I'm at now, it's like I can't even fathom that life is moving at this rate. At the same time, I still have so many things falling apart and this and that and whatever, and that's fine. It is what it is. And because of all this understanding, which I'm explaining, I told everybody, when I started this, I have a 10-year minimum vision for the podcast. I'm going to do at least 10 years. Anything that happens within then, I don't care. That's cool. Everything is a bonus. So also, shout out to my cousin Howie. He gave a very generous donation to the show. And yo, thank you, Howie. Thank you. When you get to here, you got about 200 and probably like 50 or 60 something episodes till you get to this one. But thank you, Howie. Thank you. You have no idea what that did for me, my morale, my faith in this. So thank you. And if anybody else wants to donate to the show, go hit the Cash App or the Venmo at Damn Dude Podcast, or my Venmo is my name, Calvin Tom. Otherwise, if not, go donate to We Clean Planet, because they help save this planet and make it a better place. Anyways, thank you, Howie. I appreciate you. Yeah, that was very, very kind of you, and you have no idea. I mean, I'm sure you have an idea, but internally and to the depth that hit for me, thank you, Howie. I love you. I appreciate you. My cousin is something else. You guys go check him out. We did a podcast together, and we need to do a new one soon too. But go check it out. I want to say it's episode 17. Look up Howie Housel, and you'll find it. And there's cool untold stories of Nipsey Hussle and all these things like that. Well, I guess not untold. He's told it. But for a lot of people that haven't heard it yet. So go back and peep that. I believe it's episode 17. When he had just bought his house. And yeah, it's crazy to think the position both of us were in back then even. So thank you, Howie. I appreciate you. I love you, cuz. Thank you. So with this being said, with me saying, yo, I'm doing this for 10 years minimum, and then I'll reevaluate if I still want to do this or not. And something that he told me and something that Ali told me was like, dude, I remember when you were just talking about this and you fucking stayed consistent as fuck. It's coming up in January will be 3 years that we've been running the podcast. And yo, it's like I put it down for 3 years with nothing. Granted, I've gotten 2 donations, one from my cousin, one from the other homie Daniel, and that was that. It's like, yo, thank you guys. Thank you. And for the words of wisdom and kindness, shout out at Dana Marr. He also said the same thing. Yo, I can't even imagine you're going to have this big studio and da-da-da. I see it, bro. Thank you. Shout out to at Cashy SD. Cassius, thank you. He's telling me the same thing. Yo, I see this. You're going to have this and that. Shout out to the homie Paven at Paven B, one of the dopest producers. Go check him out too. Those guys helped me get started with this. They laced me up, helped me get all the shit started. So thank you guys. Mr. Yamamoto, the boss, big boss man, Ali, my homie Sebastian, my girl Meg, my mom, my dad. Thank you guys. You guys always kept feeding into me that, yo, this is going to be big. I don't know why you're doing this, whatever, but thank you guys. You guys have been the main support system. There's a lot of people that who I deserve a thank you as well. And thank you guys. It'll take too long to list every person who supports. So thank you to everybody who supports. Those just happen to be the people who I speak with on a relatively regular basis at this point in life. So when you're able to put out consistency and you have a good purpose, like with this podcast, it's me sharing my spiritual journey. It's me leaving this for my family, making sure that my family has a base and a platform and they know where we're coming from. And this is for me to share everything I've ever been educated about, and also for you guys to hear how I speak, and you guys know also what I'm uneducated about, just based on the words I choose and how I say them, right? So it's like, this is to show how to share my education and my lack of education, because that's what's going to paint the realest picture of who I am. A lot of depth is in my ignorance and what I don't understand, right? So it's like, can I discover these things for myself? Will I go deep enough into this journey of spirituality and God and family and education and deepen my purpose? Well, if I'm asking myself or anybody's asking me, yes, fuck yes, all the way yes. So I'm very grateful to have these people who put God first, family first, education first, which equal their purpose, and they just live their purpose, telling me, bro, go to school, complete college, get your degree. Why not? And I'm like, oh, motherfucker, like, damn, like, this is the shit I've been fighting against forever. And I always fucking D's and F's summer school every year. Like, having teachers tell me I'm stupid and dumb and this, just the whole thing. I actually had that shit happen. So it's like, all right, you know what? Fuck it. I talked to my cousin Connie. Shout out to my cousin Connie. She is like an administrator at school and knows all the ins and outs of like school and signing up for college, has her 2 kids and basically almost like a third child, helped get all signed up and set up. And she's like, dude, you really can like basically be getting paid to go to school. I'm like, what the fuck? Then the homie Jason's telling me this. Then I'm like, okay, I didn't even know all of this. So they're telling me where to start, what to do, all the steps to take. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take my ass back to school. I'm gearing up for school. I'm gearing up to work new job positions, learn new things, take on new tasks. So I'll share more about that as it unfolds a little more. So it is just interesting that when the right people who are really in alignment tell you from a place of their purpose, being laser focused, successful, and strategized, and they say, dude, I see what you're doing. I see who you are. You're doing good. You're on the right path. Keep going. Don't stop. And learn more. Get educated. People will just respect what you have to say and take what you say that much more seriously. I'm like, oh, this is so hard. Okay. I'm down. Let's go. It's like at this point, I'm not afraid to be told no. I'm not afraid to fucking look stupid. I don't have the distractions. I'm not fucking girl crazy. I'm not party crazy. I'm not ego crazy. Like I'm me. I'm focused and I got my purpose intact, and going to college will just help me further deepen that. So why would I not want that? Why would I not do that? And to me, it's like going to school is the hardest thing I could think of doing. Entirely, completely, all the way through and through, going to school is the most confronting and hardest thing I can do at this point in my life. Truly. Like my finances have been ass. Everything's just been ass. It's been falling apart. And it's okay because I'm grateful every step of the way. And I understand that this is life tuition. So I'm just going to keep taking the lessons, passing the tests, and get more fucking serious about this and really put it down in a way that is tangible and measurable. So thank you to everybody who helps guide me and pushes me in the right direction and doesn't judge me and actually says, wow, that's fucking cool. I can't believe you're going to do that. I told my son I'm going back to school. He couldn't even fathom it. He's like, bro, what? What do you mean? You're doing what? Why? Like, holy shit. And looking back, I feel kind of bad because I'm like, I had kind of shit on college for him and painted it in this way. And fortunately, he knew not to listen to me and is going on his own accord. And I'm like, bro, brilliant, genius. Okay, so I'm like, dude, let's reel this all back in. Now I'm at the point where it's like, yo, Nate, I'm trying to race you, bro. Who can graduate first? Let's fucking go, homie. Because why the fuck not? Right? Why the fuck not? You have an opportunity to get better, smarter, more respected, more listened to, make more money, create a better, doper, deeper legacy. Fucking do it. The fuck? You know what I mean? That's some pussy ass shit if you're not gonna. So do that shit. I'll keep you guys updated as I keep going. I think I'm going to start doing more and more interviews because I know that shit hits. People like it. It brings out a whole nother side of the show, of me, And I think it's cool because I think, and I've noticed and I've observed the way people comment on when I do interviews. And what I've gathered, I suppose I should say, from it all is that, like, I talk about all these topics on my solo episodes, and then it's like, well, let me see you use those skills. So I think people get to see me using those skills when I'm conversing with people, and kind of shows where my brain goes with certain questions or ideas and things like that. And it's like, whoa, I didn't realize he was going to take it there. Or like another thing, like, you know, my homie told me, he's like, dude, like, you know, as we were going through all that, he's like, the way you were asking me things, it just kept bringing up things that I'd like forgot about and were really big deals to me and stuff. And I'm like, cool. No, that's exactly it. That's perfect. It's like to bring out that context to help remember and ground and root us in what we're grateful for, and to acknowledge how far we've came. And then from there, it's like, yo, let's take this and let's create the new idea, the new vision, and let's get to that goal. So for example, if you listen to the interview with boss man Jason Yamamoto, did we talk about that in the interview? Shit, I don't even remember if this was recorded or not, or if it was our own private conversation, but we were talking about how his songs, the first time we recorded our episode and that recording failed, he was at like 700 or 600 downloads for one song. Next week he came, it broke 1,000. Next, and then now it's presently over 10K. But during that time, I was like, bro, your shit's going to break 10K by the end of the week or whatever, or the end of the year. I forget what mark. He says, it's going to break 10K. He's like, man, that'd be cool. Like, if that's what God wants, if that's God's plan, I put the work out, it'll do what it needs to do. And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. So I saw he hit that recently, and I was like, bro, 20K. He's like, man, that'd be cool. I was like, dude, I'm putting it out there. I'm calling it. Like, and if somebody says it, then it allows more people to be privy to that and hold that creative space to create it open in the universe, to let it just fucking flow quicker. And to see people who are good people, who really help their community, who really serve God, their family, and honor their education, those are the people we want winning, right? So it's like, right now, you guys should go. Like, for example, my kids, and I love the song Dead by Yamamoto Boss. Go look it up. It's one of my favorite songs probably ever, actually. Not probably, actually ever. One of my favorite songs ever. So you guys go check it out. Run up all of his album, his songs, everything to 20K. Let's get it there before the end of the year, guys. Also, with this podcast itself, it's just fucking growing so fucking fast, and I can't believe that we're hitting marks that we're hitting within the time frame that we are. And it's only going to take a couple more shares, times, whatever, for this shit to just bam and pop off. And it's like I'm getting closer to certain and specific goals that podcasting offers in terms of like monetization and this and that and whatever. And it's like, I'll do that if and when it makes sense. At the same time, this shit's for the people. So yeah, like if it makes sense, I'll take on different, maybe some sponsors or ads or whatever. But ideally, this shit's for the people. So, you know what I'm saying? So, you guys, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. This is the Damn Dude Podcast. This is season 3, episode 60. AKA episode 272. Surf by the 38. The sun touch your face. Not the beat, not the hit. And the last one's a PS2. And it's gonna be me and you.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
You guys, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Please be sure to tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend and tell your best friends, cousins, uncles, boat captains, dock hand who raises chickens on the east side of Hamul in a valley where the sun peeks through about the Damn Dude motherfucking podcast. You dig? Again, give this shit a share, like all those internet words, all that. Run it up. Please be sure to go donate to We Clean Planet, Clean Planet Day, also and or to the show, the Damn Dude Podcast. There's links in the bio or description or whatever the fuck it's called. The show notes, the show description. The links are always in there. Go hit some of those. Feel free to donate. All that cool shit. Yeah. Otherwise, go download Yamamoto Boss's album. New song out called War. Go check out Ali from solarfuse.com. Go check out Sebastian of Ignite with Sebastian. Ignite Self-Mastery program. Go check that out. We Clean Planet for We Clean Planet Day, which is the last Saturday of every month. Yeah. Otherwise, please be sure to give this show a share. I love you guys. Have a beautiful day. I appreciate you guys. Much love. Peace.
Damn, dude.